What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to 3-Star Draw. I am down south 77, and this here is an adult collector channel where we talk about G.I. Joe, primarily G.I. Joe Classified. Every now and then we'll take a look at some other stuff too, other stuff I'm into and like to collect, and show you guys that stuff as well. But today we are definitely doing some G.I. Joe. This is video number 3 for the Dragonfly, and I'm doing this video a little bit differently because I'm going to go ahead and show all 3 of the other figures that came with the Dragonfly. For me, Wild Bill needed his own separate video, but these guys I'm going to try to knock out all at one time, so this will be probably a long video. And I know you're used to my videos being long. I like to talk and I take my time, but I'm going to do this video a little bit differently because I'm going to go ahead and get these guys out. I'm going to go ahead and get them out and see if I need to heat them up, because we've had some problems that I've seen with Crazylegs, and we've had some problems with Ripcord. I haven't seen any problem with Glenda, but probably Ripcord here, number 143, I've seen less problems with. Like I said, I haven't seen really any problems with Glenda, but the most I've seen is issues with Crazylegs. And normally I do not like to go ahead and open the stuff and have it out. I like to show you guys what it looks like coming out of the box. So what I'm going to do is, when I open each one, I'm going to take a picture or two of each one, show you what it looks like when you pull the tray out of the box. And I'm going to go ahead and get these guys out, because I want to go ahead and get them open. I need to know if I've got any issues with them, and I'm just in a time crunch where I'm not really able to do a separate video on them right now. So I want to do them all together, just do them all at one time. I'll try to go over them quickly, but I mean, I'm still going to show you guys everything. Just let you know this will be a little bit different style video than what you're used to from me. So I do want to go ahead and get them out and make sure I don't have any problems with them. I've already had to contact Hasbro about the Dragonfly canopy, and they are sending me a replacement, so that didn't give me any issues with that. So talk about that another time. Let's go ahead and check these guys out. Okay, I did tell just a little bit of a story there. That's what my dad always called it when I was a kid. That's what he called lying, was telling a story. You telling me a story? He never wanted to say lying. And let's be honest, I probably was. I am going to film getting Crazylegs out, because I've heard so many issues with his legs.
Crazylegs used to be the best dancer in the hood.
So I do want to actually film pulling him out of the tray and the whole 9 yards, just in case I need it. So let me mute it real quick, because this makes a lot of racket. So okay, I just wanted to have that on video just in case I needed it. Damn, look at that ankle articulation. He almost, look, he stands on that broken ass ankle. All right, so, well, you know, the ankles is usually where I have a problem with my figures, and his are fantastic. This is what I want out of ankles in every figure. Wow. It's his hip, I believe, is where people have been having the issue. And I don't know if it's from freeing the legs, but mine seems okay. All of that seems good. Maybe, seems like the issues I've seen are right here. Like it snaps off up here, off of the barbell. I don't want to force it around or anything. Boy, he can't really maybe I don't know. I don't want to call, tell people what they're doing or put words in people's mouth. Maybe people are squeezing this because his legs do not go out very far. Slide his holster down just a little. And I know I just got through telling you guys I'm doing an entirely different style of video, but with him, I did want to film it and see if I can, one, make sure I don't have any problems, but I wanted to find out maybe what people are having an issue with because it seems like it's up here. But man, he can't get, like, his legs don't really go together. Like, he's never, unless there's something I'm missing, I don't see him fitting in the Dragonfly cockpit. The way you have to squeeze their legs together, I could be wrong. I'll try it eventually. But I wanted to film that. Like I said, I'm not sure if it'll make it into the video or not. But it just, his legs there seem really weird. Like, he got some crazy legs. But so far so good with mine. Let's try the thigh swivel because maybe. Okay, that one's okay. Thinking maybe people are trying the thigh swivel because it's really, really far up on him. It's right here. So maybe that thigh cut is not breaking loose and people are twisting it out of the ball socket because the whole thing is turning there. So this one, left leg's not bad. There, okay. That one, I was just about to stop there, but it broke free. I'm wondering if people aren't trying to test this thigh cut and they're pulling the whole thing out. I don't want to, accuse anybody of doing anything because I certainly mess up too sometimes, but I'm just wondering if that might be what people are doing. Okay, so Crazylegs seems okay, and he stands, so go ahead and look at his face because I know some people aren't happy with this face sculpt. They've done better. I don't think it's bad. It's not some of the worst ones we've gotten or anything. So figured I had him right here while I was doing that, so we would just go ahead and take a look at the face. Hair is kind of bland. Not the best head sculpt that they've done, let's be honest, but it's by far not the worst. It's no first release Falcon, am I right? Alright. So there's Crazylegs. We'll get his stuff out and check him out. I figured we'd just go ahead and start with him since I've already got him out and he's right here. So yeah, these guys back here are out of frame, and so I got his box over here. They're out of frame cause glare. It's all about perspective. Like, it could center his face in there like one of those old-timey portraits. This dude on this artwork looks like he's about 16 years old. It's good artwork, don't get me wrong, but like, he is, they mentioned that like they did portray him as like a younger character, which is kind of neat. We don't see that with most of these guys. I think most of these Joes are really portrayed like they're in their 30s, late 20s at best, but 30s to 40s. That's how we seem to think of them when we were kids, So talked about his head sculpt already, but I didn't go over any of his sculpting or anything. So we do have the quill suit here. We haven't seen that yet. Pants, I don't think we've seen. I don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff. I drive myself crazy trying to keep up with the reuse. So I'm not going to get too deep into speculating. But we know we haven't seen this quilted body from his suit here. He does have this overlay 4-point harness here over his other stuff. I think it looks really good. This is a damn good looking figure. You can say what you want about his face sculpt, but I love the sculpting on here with this quill type suit. I don't know what you call it. Somebody tell me if you know. So he does have his harness overlay here. Got his pack, which is I'm guessing this is a parachute. I mean, he is a parachute rigger. That's what the red cap was. Like a lot of people saw it and was like, "Why does he come with the red hat?" And then people that actually know these things set us straight and said that red caps are parachute riggers, and that is a specialty. And I saw quite a few people that actually had that did that in the army. So I like that kind of job, that kind of behind the scenes specialist job. So I'm guessing that is what this is. It does have some red on there. Helps if I actually show it, huh? It looks really good, man. I mean, that actually looks like red, you know, not ribbon, but straps or whatever. I'm guessing that's maybe the pull strap. I don't know. Somebody let me know if I got something wrong, but that's what I'm assuming that is. It looks good either way. And look at that long backpack peg on the floor. You guys know I got to drop something, so stay there. It's always a backpack, isn't it? So the backpacks just always pop out of my hand. So we got a longer backpack peg, which is something that I have been saying we need to see for a long time, and they do seem like they're starting to do it. That's not going. That's not going anywhere. That's what we need out of backpacks. It is more centered on his back, so I don't feel like the weight of it is just going to send him toppling. He should be able to easily compensate that with articulation so he can stand up. So I do like it. We mentioned his cap. Let's check him out with this cap on him. Now, I did hear that this cap fits really tight and could stand to be heated up, but I think mine's going on there okay. That looks pretty good. But I absolutely love the detail that he is a parachute rigger, and they gave him the red cap, which is their signature, and he's got the red accents here. He's got these red pouches down on his forearms on each side. Has Night Force Griffin, and every time I say Griffin, I want to finish it and say Gryffindor, but oh, that's something else. He's got his holster here. Kind of catches on this pocket or this art. It's actually the articulation. So his actually does not slide down. You guys saw me do it a second ago, maybe. It stays put. So, and he does have, this is a polymer holster for sure. He's got pouch here on his side. Uh, nice. Man, these legs. Now, I guess we haven't seen them because this has got to be all new because we haven't seen this. So, all this quill goes all the way down above his boots, and then, he's got the wrinkling here. He's got to have plenty of flexibility with what he does. So these things are meant to stretch out as you move. These suits. I think he looks good overall. I'm not crazy about the face, but again, I mean, man, we've seen much worse. So usually look at the accessories first. Does have this pistol. I don't think this is a new pistol, but this pistol's actually got some pretty good detail in it. I don't remember seeing this pistol. I don't know if this is a reuse or not because I don't remember most of them having that much detail there. So, again, as always, would have been nice if they hit it with some paint, but is what it is. It does plug into the holster. It hits though if he kicks his leg out to the side with not being able to slide that holster down very much. He just does not get into a. I might try heating him up a little bit and seeing if that moves, but I'm just happy that his leg didn't snap off like some unfortunate instances. Green on the boots, green gloves, green accents, and like I said, he's got the little bit of red, so he actually matches Night Force Falcon quite a bit. If I'd have realized that, I'd have probably grabbed Falcon off the shelf because he really does go with Falcon and Coral. So I really like that hat, but he does come with his helmet. Go ahead and get a look at it. Got the chin strap there. Got the plates and buckles. Black, olive drab. Don't really see any issues with this. Looks pretty good. And they did. I mean, you know, just said about something else. I wish they'd hit it with some paint. They hit this with some paint. It is two-tone, and let's see. This is probably going to need to go in this way, maybe. Do not want to break the chin strap on this helmet. Heads will roll. Yep, so that's how you need to put that on. Take the head off and put it in through the front so you don't break the chin strap. You got plenty of room there. Helmet looks good on him. The green matches up. Didn't check his... He's got the cut up here, the upper torso cut, not the ratchet. So he really doesn't get a whole lot of, you know, like bending down. But I'm not a big fan of just doing this upper torso cut there. But it hides the articulation, but his would be hidden anyway with all of his gear on. I love the silver on this buckle. He's got grenades over here, black buckle. I'm just all over the place because I keep seeing new stuff. It does come with pretty good looking knife. It's got that gunmetal dark gray paint on it, black hilt. Pretty standard knife. It is straight, and it is actually kind of pointy for what we usually get with G.I. Joe knives. Is there a special way it's got to go in is the question. Because it looks like this sheath can take it from both sides. It goes in further that way. I feel like it's going to stay in. It looks good in there, but you really can't see it because everything's all black. He does have two pair of goggles that have the green polarization. One goes over the helmet, one goes on him when he doesn't have the helmet on. I think it'll look funny with these on and the cap. I guess you could probably put these around his head and pop the helmet on. That's probably the way that's meant to go, but for now, I'll see if we can get them on the helmet. I'm not a fan of these goggles. I love the polarized look, but I don't really use these goggles with anybody. I'm just not a fan of them. I just mold them in. Give us a pair to put on their head and mold the rest in. I'm going to heat that. I'm not going to break it. So, and then let's take a look at his SMG that he comes with, because this is a new one. This one kind of tripped us out when we first saw it, didn't it? It's this SMG with this folding stock. Does only fold one way, folds to the left, back and to the left. Removable magazine. I think this thing's pretty cool. Kind of looks like an MP5 or something, maybe. It's similar based on it. I don't know. Somebody tell me if that's a real world weapon. And he does have some very, very stiff fingers there. Ooh, man, they are stiff. But look at that. Like, you don't really have to work them much with this gun to get it in there. Pops right in there. Finger on the trigger. I don't see any stress marks. But you will get stress marks from this dude putting weapons in and out of his hand. I like this gun. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but man, it looks pretty damn good. Let's see. Well, that scared me for a minute. Did you hear that pop on that butterfly joint? Like, so the legs are good, but the arms jank. So, man, look at that. That's probably one of the best shoulder pegs I've seen. I'm loving the ratcheting. Look at that. That looks dope, man. And this is the figure out of this set I care about the absolute least. Like, I respect this guy's job, but I never liked Crazy Legs. Crazy Legs always died when I played G.I. Joes. I had him, but I did not really care for him. So you probably be able to work with these joints and get some better posing with him. But for purposes of this, put the other hand holding the mag. I think I like this gun, man. Can you imagine if they do paint this gun? So here's the collapsing stock. People did not seem to like it when he was introduced, but I think they were just hating on Crazy Legs because he was the last figure that was announced kind of at the last minute, and people were hoping for something else maybe. So they picked this guy apart in the render. I think he come out looking pretty damn good. So he has impressed me. I was just worried about him with the legs, and I'm still not real crazy that they don't squeeze together more there. But man, I think I like this gun. It doesn't feel like this is gonna pop loose. Um, it's a little compact. This is exactly what he should come with: a sidearm and a little compact SMG like this. I think that's exactly how he should come equipped. He comes with the parachute rigging and comes with this cap. Let's see. I said I was gonna heat these up, didn't I? Couple of seconds under the trusty Conair there, and I've got them on the helmet. Don't really. I think they're gonna, once they cool, I think they may pop off, but you got to push them way down and get the strap going all the way around to the back. They may stay on. If they stay on, I'll probably leave them on. Not a huge fan of these goggles. I mentioned it. Let's see if we can get the head back in there with the goggles on. See how that looks. So it's okay. They don't look too bad, but I just not a fan. I don't use them on any of the characters. I don't use them on anybody. Dusty, Vipers. Nope, there they go, trying to get the head out. So these are going to go in a bag. I know some people really dig them, but I'm not one of those people. And I didn't heat these yet. Let's see if these will go on, because I want to see how he looks, and maybe you guys do too. With these on, try to get them centered there. They don't look too bad. I kind of like that. I kind of like that look. They look more like he's just got on a pair of polarized oaks or something. I'm kind of digging that look for him. And he is, like we talked about, he is a younger character. So, he's going to wear something like that, like some fashion sunglasses. Crazy Legs, man, I'll give him a grade at the end when I get them all reviewed. But other than legs going together, I don't really have any problems with mine that I can see so far. Comes with the right stuff. So we'll take a look at all of them together here in just a little bit. Alright, now we're going to take a look at Jane Glenda Mulligan. And as far as figures go, you can see where the money is spent on these guys. I think Wild Bill and Glenda got the budget, but we'll see. She comes with a lot of stuff. I do absolutely love that on her packaging they put the Commandos Heroicos on there. The nod to that line. Now, I did not know who Glenda was when they announced this figure. I knew that there was a figure that was a repaint of Scarlet, a couple of them out there. Growing up in America, I did not keep up with what was released in other countries, so I had to go back and do some research when they announced this figure. And I love the colors, so I got no problem with this. This is the only way you know, something like this is how you're going to get this figure. I don't mind that they did it. I've been looking forward to this figure. And I did break this one out. Of course, that one didn't come with the Dragonfly. That was the G.I. Joe, the Super 7 exclusive from Joe Fest this year. I picked that up at Joe Fest just because I knew that this figure here was coming. So she comes with a bunch of stuff, man. So you got two other hair pieces. So let's just get into it. She's got this pack here, oxygen pack. I'm guessing that hose is fixed in there and this one plugs in. So doesn't does it rotate? No, maybe you might be able to take this out, I guess, because it does rotate. So that's good. I'm not going to try and take it out because it didn't come packaged that way, but it looks like you can. Pretty long backpack bag on there. It's got all these cool little controls and stuff sculpted in. Again, I'm always going to say it. I wish they'd have put some paint on there. Got like a kind of a dial gauge. You don't know. I just don't know. But it looks cool. It does come with a pistol. Pretty bare bones. Not anything. Nothing fancy about this one. And she is also not a Night Force figure. I've said it from the beginning. I don't like that they made two of the figures for the Dragonfly Night Force, but fortunately she and Wild Bill are not. She does come with two punching hands. Not real sure why, but hey, they're in there. She does come with, what's that? Who's that go to? Flash. Now, she did come with it. I guess this was her original weapon, but seeing this, we know Flash is coming, and I guess that ports into here. I guess that's so this is a laser pack, I guess. Why did I not realize that? I guess this is a laser pack because this is Flash's laser rifle. And I was wondering, because over here on the packaging, it looks like it's hanging by a strap. But I mean, that's a strap, right? That's not a hose. So we'll figure that out in just a couple minutes. She does come with a couple of alternate hair pieces for her. She's got this one, and then she's got this one, which is the one I like, where she's got the comm set. Set looks good. It's got some good detail on it. You can see the wires and stuff sculpted into it. Or do other companies do these sets better? Yeah, but you know, they're also as much as a figure. So I think it looks good. I'm happy with it so far. And then she does come with her pilot's helmet, aviation helmet. This one looks really good. You got this blue and white. You got the mic there, of course, and the tinted visor for it. Then on the back again, you got Commandos Heroicos. So I guess that was on the original one. Maybe, I don't know. Of course, I never had a Glenda, and that figure is worth the price of a small island now if you go and look up a packaged one. So, and then she comes with this harness, and I'm not like this looks like an algebra problem to me. Looks like it's pretty straightforward on how it goes on her. Got the snap ring on there. So I guess we'll try and put that on her and see, just to show off what she comes with. But a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of stuff we have not seen as far as accessories. All these guys come with some stuff we haven't seen yet, or at least I haven't seen them. I think Ripcord comes with some other stuff. Anyway, let's check Miss Jane out. And what is Glenda? Like, if her name is Jane Mulligan, what is Glenda like? You know, what is that in a military term or any kind of term? What is Glenda? Is she a fan of Wizard of the Oz? I'm not sure. So she is a Scarlet repaint. Scarlet is an excellent figure except for her feet. And I assume Glenda's probably going to have the same issues with these crazy little feet. Her elbow looks good. Let's check the knees. Mine looks good. I have not seen, as I mentioned, I haven't seen any issues really with Glenda. Good drop down hips there. At least the left one is. Right one doesn't. Right one's not doing much. So, alright, let's check some thigh cut. Those broke free pretty good. And then she does have the same upper body as Scarlet does. I love this white and blue. I mean, she looks like she could fit right in with Fantastic Four, but so I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to stand this figure or pose this figure, because if it's like Scarlet, it's a nightmare. She's got the little aviation pillow here, and I thought this was going to be a separate piece, but it's molded in. It's molded into this harness, which is fine. I guess you can get that off of her if you want. I don't know. No, don't look like that is coming off. It doesn't have any buckles or anything, and this piece does come down, and it is attached down in the waist somewhere. I don't think this is coming off unless you cut it off. This is going to be her look. That's okay. I dig it. You got a little bit of overspray there on that. A little bit back there. A little sloppy on the paint. I don't know if this is supposed to be a two-tone kind of thing, but this is the neck to absorb shock for whatever. This is a real thing too. Everybody ripped on it when we saw this and was like, oh, she comes with a travel pillow. No, that is part of her safety gear. Silver pistol, silver ninja stars there. Those look good. I'm glad if they were going to miss paint on something, I'm glad they did it up here. But that is really noticeable all the way around. It's pretty sloppy on this neck support. I don't know what the name of it is. Somebody tell me. I think she looks really good. Now, one thing people joked on when they saw her was she looks like she's about to ask for a manager. I was hoping maybe it wouldn't look that bad in person, but no, she looks like she's fixing to ask to speak to General Hawk and try to get some appetizers for free and maybe get the drinks comp. It don't look bad. I like it. I like the hair sculpt. Got great texturing, great sculpt to it. The paint looks good. It is a Karen cut. Let's call a spade a spade. It's a Karen cut. Let's check her out. And she does have the same kind of attachment points that Wild Bill's hair pieces do. So what are is this the difference in this one and the other one? Man, this one's, I don't know how it go. There we go. Do they look that different? It's got that little sprig right there. These really don't look all that different to me. They are, but just the way this is swept over here in the part a little bit, and then this little loose hair seems to be really about the only. I mean, they look like they're the same thing to me. This one's a little more defined back here. I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all think it's the same hair piece other than this? I guess that's so she can do that little brush her hair out of her eyes thing. I don't know. Trying to be all sultry for somebody. Them hair pieces fit on there tight too. So let's see if we can get this one lined up. This one's a little more challenging to get snapped on there. There we go. That looks badass. She don't look like she's about to ask for a manager. She looks like she's about to drop the hammer on somebody with that one. Maybe it's just the headset, I guess. But that headset really adds something to the face. The headset means business. I like this one, and I like that it's attached to the hairpiece. It's not just a separate comm set. And then let's try our helmet. guessing that's, yeah, so it's a little loose, but once you get it centered, I don't like it as much as I thought. It's way too big for her. I don't like the helmet as much as I thought. You're going to have to get it setting on there just perfect. It's not bad, but I definitely like the comm piece more. And I got to put something on her because I can't look at that. There we go. All right, there she is, back to asking for the manager. So I want to investigate this laser rifle here. Goes in just like it should. Not much space there. Where's this thing? So it plugs in the back. Almost seems like it should plug in the front. I'm not crazy about that because you're going to have to. I don't see how you're supposed to get this bent around. Do I have it upside down? Maybe I had it upside down. That makes more sense. It's slung over her left shoulder over here. I don't know how this backpack is supposed to go. I don't know how it's supposed to orient. Looks like it probably is that way. But I'm not crazy about that. It don't really stay in the way that it's bent. I don't see a good way to get that to stay in. I mean, maybe you could bring it around this way. You could probably try heating it up. I'm not going to do it right now. I also can't see. That hose there, maybe like that. You're not going to get much range of motion with her holding this, though. Looks okay. It just, good design, bad execution. So that's really about the only way that that's going to go together that I see. And you can get her blasting off to the side, which I guess she could do. There can't be much recoil with the laser rifle. And it does go in. It fits in there. Like, it goes in and it kind of clips in. You're just not going to be able to do a bunch of crazy stuff with it. I don't know. It's okay. I like the concept. And you probably, with the female character, can get another hand on it. So that does look pretty good. I ain't going to lie. I like it better now that I got that plugged in a little more. But it's only going in her right hand. There's no way she's shooting this thing left-handed. That does look pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like it now. So she doesn't come with a knife, which is kind of weird with all this other stuff that she could potentially have to cut off of her if there's trouble. Pistol goes in. So I think it's kind of weird that she comes with a knife, but there's nowhere to put it if she did. So before we show the fist hands on, I think it's weird she comes with fist hands, but I ain't complaining. I just think it was an odd inclusion, especially when she comes with so much cool stuff already. But she does now. She really needs to see a manager. She's about to jerk somebody over the counter at McDonald's right now. I do really like this figure. I ain't gonna lie. I do like her. So let's see what we can do with this harness thing. So it's gonna just unclip here to go around the legs. There's a lot of little buckles and straps on this thing. That is for sure. So you see if we can only get away with having to do one side of it. This is kind of weird. It's gonna take me a minute probably to get all of this stuff configured where it's supposed to go. I'm guessing it's got to go on, and I'm sure they probably showed this in that video. But guess what? I only paid attention to the helicopter. I wish that these, like, there should be something here You know what? Maybe you do have to just undo the whole thing. Does it go in? Does she go in it from the top? That can't be right. Can it? All right. For time's sake, hopefully next time you see her, she'll be wearing this thing, and I'll point out just how I had to get it on her. Here comes Karen, rappelling in to save the day. Commandos, heroic goals. Oh, damn, she fell. All right, this thing pissed me off. But when you finally figure out what to do, it's pretty simple. So I was missing this buckle right here. I didn't realize that this one has a buckle. And if you guys have ever operated a zip tie for anything, same concept. But make sure you undo the one in the back. That's where I messed up, and that's why I couldn't get it on her. And then it's just a matter of straightening everything out, and you just put the respective ends back through their buckles. And she got one on each leg down here, and you get it on there. So I think it looks really good once it's on. I wish there was something to do with these other straps back here. Like there was another, flap to tuck them in and cross them back here under the backpack. I think the backpack peg is long enough that they could have done that, but it would have made this thing infinitely more confusing to put on for the first time. And you don't want to over tighten them, but I will say that I never felt like I was going to break the buckle, like pulling the strap through on any of them. I never felt like anything was going to break. And I don't know, I've never worn a harness like this, so I'm sure that the straps probably secure somewhere. But I have worn a rappelling harness, which is similar, and there are straps and buckles every damn where. So I think it looks really good on her. And of course, we got the Dragonfly that has a hook on it, so you already know. You already know once I ever get this stuff set up. So, alright, let's see if we can get her a little less looking like she wants to see the manager. There, that's the look for me. That's the look for Glenda. I'll see if we can get this in here. Get it all lined up, because now this backpack has to go through 2 overlays to plug in. I don't feel like I'm getting it lined up right. And this backpack peg is pretty long. I mean, that's where it's at. So it really doesn't stay in with this overlay on too. So maybe it's not meant to. I just realized she's Luke Skywalker here. It doesn't seem to want to go in. Let's see if no, it definitely ain't right. I guess I'd have known which way the backpack went on if I'd have looked at the curvature there for the shoulders and the back. So the backpack really, at least on mine, is not going to stay in with the rappelling overlay on. So that's kind of disappointing, because it seems like she'd want a gun if she's jumping out of some sort. So let's throw this hand back on. But we got plenty of guns. She does have a pistol, so because you're gonna have one hand on the rope on that buckle, and then maybe she needs the other hand covering her as she's going down. Man, overall, I really do like this figure. She comes with a ton of stuff. She's gonna be a pain in the ass to stand, but I have a feeling a lot of people are gonna do one of two things. She's gonna be the gunner in the Dragonfly, and Airborne is gonna be roping down or vice versa. So I'm not going to sit here and try to stand her. So there's Glenda. Again, I'm overall impressed with her, but I was one of the people that were looking forward to her. So happy. All right, last but not least, let's take a look at Marlon Wayans. This was probably the more anticipated figure that was coming with the Dragonfly for most people, I think. Probably Wild Bill. Then this guy, although he makes absolutely 0 sense to come with the helicopter. This is why we all wanted Airborne. Even if they'd have put Airborne in Night Force colors and then released him on Retro Card, I think I'd have been happier with that than the choice of Ripcord for the figures. But I'm not going to stir up or open that can of worms with the figures that came with. They're here, and so far I'm impressed with them. And I love Ripcord, but I like the OG Ripcord. So let's take a look at his pack here. Looks really nice. Of course, we don't get a parachute with him, but got that down in there. And that's already got a stress crack. Is this thing not meant to open? Is it like the canopy on the Dragonfly? Holy shit. That's just from popping it open. That thing ain't going to open ever more than a couple more times before it's torn off. I'm not happy with that. That's the only thing I've really seen so far that I don't like. We'll just leave that closed. There's nothing to go in there, but look at that. I mean, I pulled it up far because, hell, you can't get it open, but, man, that's not good. I don't like that at all. Do not like that at all. How's he put this thing on? We'll look at that in a minute. Oh, so he comes with this pistol that we all love so much. Not much to say about this pistol other than I wish they'd stop using it. He's got his oxygen mask. He is a halo jumper. Is this the same one that comes with the halo jumper that we just got? Because I don't have him. I would assume so, but I've only watched 2 reviews on that guy, so I don't know if it's the same one or not. Looks pretty good. It's got the wire wrapping around and some red highlights there. Of course, you got your halo jumper. You're going to need an oxygen supply somewhere. Does come with goggles. Again, makes sense for him. And his don't look like they're polarized. That doesn't look like the polarized paint to me. Is that a spot there? Nope, it's just something on them. So they look fine. I mean, it actually makes sense for him to come with goggles. So, and then does have the helmet, which I really like. The visor that drops down again. Camera up here. I guess that's a camera. Is that a camera? Looks like a camera to me. I hope that's supposed to move and it's not broken. Or does it plug in? Maybe it plugs in. Yeah, okay. It plugs in. Again, if this is from the Halo Jumper dude, I don't have him yet. So, overall, looks good. Nice functioning visor there. So I think it looks good overall. Weapons. He has the sniper rifle, which makes no sense for him to come with. I don't feel like. With the suppressor. Like, is this dude's gonna jump with this? Like, I don't. Maybe this is supposed to be just an assault rifle, maybe, I guess. But with the giant optic on it, I always took this to be a sniper rifle. It looks fine, looks good. It's got the green paint on it. I just don't think it makes sense for him to come with it. But he also does come with this smaller. I don't even know that I'd call this an SMG, but I guess it is. He should have the same gun that Crazylegs comes with. It makes way more sense for him to have it, but they gave him 3 weapons, so it is what it is. Don't really like the weapon choices with him. I might use this one with him, but this one's going to go in a bag. So we looked at his stuff. Let's check out Mr. Wallace Weems. Again, he has doesn't have a great head sculpt. I don't hate it. It's just something about the color. There's something about the color of the plastic with the pigment, but his eyes look centered and does have the red hair. Got the little bit of wash in there where you can see that it's got a little bit of parting and stuff in there. I think the hair looks pretty good. Seems like this guy would be able to look really far up and really far down, but they did not make these guys with the new neck articulation, unfortunately. Let's check his gear out. I love the flight suit. The flight suit looks great. Don't even Wild Bill's in the Dragonfly, so I don't even know if this is the same one Wild Bill comes with, but I think it is. But his is accented here. You got green on all the zippers. It's got green gloves. Harness looks good. You got buckles in silver there. Got the pull tab for the flight suit. Silver main buckle for the gear. Why does he have two holsters? What goes in there? What is that for? Did I miss something in the package? I don't think he's got anything else that goes in that pouch. Or is that... Okay, that's where that plugs in. All right. Again, if this is part of the Halo jumper, guys, I don't have the Halo jumper. So, this is the look that we all want to see for him. So, the helmet is really tight, and I don't want to squeeze it too much because of that visor. All right, there we go. So I dig this. This is the way Ripcord ought to look, you know, other than being in green camo. This actually makes sense for the way Ripcord to look, but you know, we want him in camo. But hey, that's what retro cards are for, right? I love the detail here with the green zippers down covering the tops of the boots. Does have this altimeter here. Moves around, spins around. What is that? Little piece of sprue on his elbow. Don't know how I feel about that. He's a good looking figure, especially with that helmet on. Pull that off. Night Force over here on his left shoulder, and then he's got the Night Force Griffin door. So he's got both of the Night Force patches. That's kind of weird. Check his articulation, make sure he moves, because this is another one that I have seen people have problems with. The top part of the elbow is pretty stiff, but there's something dinging on my computer. So knees are good. Check his hips, because it seems to be the hips, and I still just wonder if it's not trying to test out that joint. So my ripcord's actually a little looser, much looser than Crazylegs is, but still not problem loose. He's just, I don't feel like I really had to force anything other than that one knee joint. His boots, green boots. Still wish they'd do something different with the shoes, like paint the laces or something, but don't really have any issues with him standing. Don't seem like he's going to be hard to stand up. So I am thankful that these guys don't have really weak, awful ankles. So I'm wondering about the hands, because we've seen the plastic on that awful chute pack that doesn't have a chute. So luckily you don't have to really bend them much to get his hand on there. And this is actually a weapon that you can somewhat hold two-handed. That's one thing I do like about this one. We've seen it several times, is they can get a good grip on that foregrip there. So I dig him. I mean, he looks fine. He's not the Ripcord I wanted, but maybe he's the Ripcord I needed. Maybe we'll get OG Ripcord with a Bongo the Balloon Bear pack. I do like the matching green of the weapons, though. I do like how well they match that green to the harnesses. This one's a little more difficult. I like the pliable hands. I don't like the stiffer plastic on the hands that feels like you're going to just absolutely snap something just trying to get the weapon in their hand. And it seems like every time I heat one of these guys up, like they never seem to go back and hold the shape that I'm trying to get them into. But hey, it's always that trigger finger. There, maybe. So he can't hold it. I guess if we pull the suppressor off of this thing, we can pretend that it is an assault rifle. Pretty good range of motion with the butterfly joint with him. That's not something we see a whole lot. Not loose. I mean, these go way, way out. I think you probably will be able to get this guy into a shooting pose pretty decent once you finagle it around a little bit. Not bad. I've gotten other figures with this one decent, so not too bad. It definitely works better for him without the suppressor, even though I like the suppressed look on this one. I mean, you could argue that he's gonna halo jump in and sneak in somewhere, right? That's what he does, but where the hell is he gonna put that? Now, how does this thing fit on him? I don't even understand how this is supposed to fit on him because there's no buckle. It has a back peg, but I don't see this going on him. I gotta be missing something. Maybe it's this way. Do you put him in feet first? And I don't understand how you're supposed to get this on him if this... Oh, never mind. Okay. I didn't realize that unclasped. Well, that made it a little easier, didn't it? Glad I didn't spend any more time on that. It's still hard to, because these don't unclasp anywhere. Let's make sure these don't unbuckle anywhere. Damn, that thing is... This plastic on this thing is way too... It's just way too stiff. Like, they can't do it with the weapons, but... Which I say that, but the weapons with most of these guys so far, most of these Night Force, are not really pliable. They're pretty solid. This thing just don't even really... I'm worried about the elbow, just trying to get this stupid pack on him. Now his thumb's caught. This is awful. I don't see another way to get that on there. I can't get his other arm through it. Let's see, maybe if we try to go around the elbow. Maybe that's how people are breaking ripcords, trying to put this damn thing on, and they're breaking his elbow. And then you can snap it. I don't have the back peg in there, but I don't see a way really to bend this thing. There, went in a little bit there, but I'm not sure you can snap it. There, it's not in there all the way, but you get the idea. So once you finally get it on him, if you can get it on him without breaking him, he looks pretty good carrying it. It matches up to him. They should have given him some kind of a shoot, though. You know, the one that comes with the Halo guy, sure, it's not operable, really, but I mean, it's there for looks. I think they should have done it with Ripcord, too. Like, why would you make this figure and not give him something to pack in there, even if it's not really functional or whatever? Like, why would you not put something with him to go in there? But let's be honest, I'm not going to be using it once I get it back off of him. It's really hard to see this, too. You guys having this issue with this figure? Like, I can't get that on there with this pack on. That sucks. Because, I mean, that's the look that you want for your Halo jumper. There, so that does actually plug in there, but damn if I can get that snapped on. So we're just going to pretend that it's clipped on there for now. He looks really good with all his gear on, but his gear is not good. He looks great. If you're going to put him together and do some pictures and never touch him again, there's Ripcord. He is definitely the worst of the four figures for me. He looks great, but I having trouble with the accessories and stuff. I didn't even try putting the goggles on him because why? Here, we'll get him there. He can wear them like that. There we go. He can just drape them over his elbow. Oh man. So Ripcord, guys, what do you think about him? Not a huge fan. He looks good, but you know, form over function, I guess. Alright, finally got it. You got time to sit here and fool with it and stretch the straps out. You can get it in there. I don't know how well it's going to stay moving him around, but I'm also trying to do this quick as I can because I'm doing a review on him. But, you know, if you got all day to sit there and fool with it, it will go in there once you loosen it up a bit. But, man, it's really hard. I still don't change my opinion. Like, he looks good, but he's the worst of the four figures for me. Not that he's bad, he's just the worst of the four. So, here's Ripcord. All right, welcome to the next day. Although you guys didn't know it's the next day, but I just felt like obligation to tell you because I have some new information that I did not realize yesterday. Not a big deal, and you guys probably pointed it out if you noticed it earlier when I said it. I got them pretty much geared up like they were last time you saw them because I pretty much reviewed them and set them aside and went to the next one. So now we have them out with all of their stuff. So Ripcord, and I apologize for the glare back here. I usually always try to eliminate that, as you know, but I don't think this will take too long. Maybe it won't be too distracting. And glare on the cockpit over here. I don't have anywhere else to actually get the Dragonfly in any of this shot for this video without setting up my little stand thing over here. And then I got to worry about knocking over the ring light, and that's just too much. So you get to see the nose cone and the chin gun and the glare, as if you couldn't tell. So if you see Ripcord, got him like he's just sailing through the sky, looking at his altimeter, waiting to hit the chute, and and shoot something if he needs to while he sails down. I did get those snapped in. Took me a minute because it's very hard for me to see. Um, I didn't I didn't go put on the old people glasses to see up close when I did it. I probably should have. I actually forget that I have them most of the time. I did get his oxygen mask snapped in there. I like it quite a bit better with it actually being able to go in there. It's still really hard, and I have my doubts about the plastic on this around the snap lasting a long time if you keep snapping it in and out, much like his backpack back here. Very disappointed in this backpack, which I heard things about it before I looked at it. However, that is a damn good looking figure, is it not? I don't like his gear, any of his gear other than his helmet and his, of course, little sidearm and oxygen tube. Like his weapons, man, his weapons are steel core weapons. I don't like them. This is the same flight suit as Wild Bill. I thought it was, but I wasn't 100% sure because Wild Bill was in the Dragonfly when I looked at this guy. And it actually looks a lot better on Ripcord because of the highlights they did with the zippers. And everything else is the OD green. Bill would look just as good if his had some paint on the bottom. If it had some of this stuff, the zippers had been hit. So it's time to rate these guys. You probably tell from when I was going through them about where this is going to fall. None of these are bad figures, at least for me. I know some people got duds for whatever reason they had issues. I was lucky and have not, at least so far. Ripcord is my least favorite out of all four figures. I've already given Wild Bill a rating in a whole separate video because Wild Bill deserves his own in my world. Ripcord, I'm giving a 4, you guys. If you watch my reviews, a 4 is a pretty good review, pretty good rate for me. My scale goes to 5. I don't think I've had anything less than 3.25 or 3.5. I'm not sure, but 4 and up is a pretty dang good figure. Anything below, obviously, mediocre to awful. But he looks too good. The backpack, if you're going to leave it on him, it's fine. This is a good look for him if you're going to have him like he's diving in or whatever. But getting this thing on him is so hard. I think even if you heat the straps, it just puts too much stress on his arms to get it in there. At least it did for me. Maybe I did it wrong, but I didn't see another way to put that thing on. This is going to break. You can't really, it's not functional very much. You know, it just that plastic up there and that tab, I hate that. But I'm going to give the figure a 4 because, I mean, he nails the halo jumper look. He's got what he needs to be a good-looking halo jumper, so his other weapons be damn. He looks great. So next, let's go ahead and go to Glenda, number 144. Jane Glenda Mulligan. I still don't know what Glenda means. Does that mean like great warrior in another language? I don't know. Glenda is an awesome figure. I love this figure. She comes with a perfect amount of accessories. She actually comes with way more than, I mean, you'd really expect to come with this figure, and some new stuff here. Even though she's a Scarlet reuse. The hair pieces. So the only real issue that I've got with Glenda is some of the sloppy paint apps we looked at up here on her neck stabilizer / life preserver thing. Keep her head above water, I guess, if there's a crash land. And her feet, because she is based off of Scarlet. And her feet, for whatever reason, are not as bad as Scarlet's. So I don't know why they look to be the same. But I have more luck posing her than I do Scarlet. I hadn't done a lot with her. She's basically just stood here all day. Glenda is a solid 4.5 for me. I know even with the feet and being hard to pose, but she looks great. She comes with too much other stuff, especially now that I figured out that gun. I was worried about it because I didn't realize that or remember that the flash weapon had one of those thin hoses that plugged into it. It's been so long since I had that, and I did not have flash when he first came out when I was a kid. I got him later, so I didn't remember that. And once I figured out this will actually, this will port in there and stay in pretty good once I got it in far enough and over here. So she's only going to be able to hold it right-handed, but most of my figures do hold stuff right-handed because I'm right-handed. But she comes with the alternate head sculpts. She comes with the helmet, and the other thing that I learned today is you can put this on over a hairpiece. And when you do, it is not loose. I did not try it when I took my first look at her because I didn't think that it would fit, but it does. Now, I did see that taking it off is probably going to pull the hairpiece with it, and you may need tweezers to get that out of there. So, this is never going to go back on there. I don't even know why I did it. But I just wanted to show that you can do that with her and get the helmet on. So it's not loose. It actually fits snugly and looks like it should. And that figuring out the weapon and just the amount of stuff she comes with, she's going to get a higher score from me. And you can also use this harness with other figures. It's not just for her. Actually, it probably should go on any other figure other than her, honestly, because she's going to be helping pilot or gun with this Dragonfly. 4.5 for Glenda. I think she's tied with Wild Bill because I really like those two. Let's look at Crazylegs now. This was the sleeper hit of the group for me. I knew I was going to love Wild Bill, and I really thought I was going to like Ripcord more than I do. I'm going to give Crazylegs a 4.25. As I said, I don't have any issues with my figures. I think maybe heating this up, you might be able to free some of this up and get a little better crunch there. Maybe work with these a little more. I have also seen some people that have these have started showing up torn today. Again, I don't know if that is from extra stress trying to move the legs or what. All I can go on is what I see with mine, and mine is good. I love this SMG. I love the cap. I love the look with the goggles. I may use this helmet with him, but I probably, these are going in the bag. But the new sculpt for this guy with the suit and this padded, quilted look on this suit, the only thing I wish these maybe had been hit in red or green over here, but other than that, I think this is a really good looking figure. His face could be a little bit better. He and Ripcord both, but I like him enough, and I'm always going to have something like this on him or the helmet on him, so the paint on him's good. He looks a little pale to me. So I'm going to give Crazylegs a 4.25 just solely because of the face is a little bit off, and I mean that's it. He doesn't come with as much cool shit as Glenda does, so and Wild Bill's just up there cause he's a good figure and he's Wild Bill. So that's my rating. You got a 4.5, got a 4, a 4.5, and a 4.25. Those are some good figures, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this very long review. If you sat through all of it, I appreciate it. I knew it was going to be, but it's 3 figures. Most of my one figure reviews are 25 to 30 minutes. So hit that 1.25 speed if you need to. I appreciate it, guys. Hit that thumbs up if you like this. Talk to me down in the comments. Let me know if I missed anything. I probably did. I know I missed something. I had to correct it in the recap here. So thanks for watching, and I will see all of you guys on 3-star draw.
Crazylegs used to be the best dancer in the hood.